I really want us to reconnect. I think that her giving me a tattoo, it's like a good bonding experience. We're gonna do the Philippines flag with your F on it. I'm gonna sterilize it a little bit.
Oh my God. We're done.
Well done, Faith. That's certainly one way to get your revenge. That has got to be the worst tattoo known to man, and I can't think of a more deserving recipient. But as it turns out, tattoos aren't the only permanent thing that Loren is looking for today.
Because Faith, will you marry me?
It's just a trick.
It's just a trick. No, it's a real ring.
Oh gosh, this is a never-ending nightmare. Now, if you haven't already watched my video from yesterday, I'm gonna leave a link to that at the end of this video and down in the description below. Long story short, Loren himself admits exactly what his intentions are.
I'm hoping I can marry just a regular girl and just have ladyboys on the side and live in the Philippines forever. But if I can't do that, I'll move back to Vegas and marry this girl named Wendy.
Yeah, if you haven't already watched that video, please do. It's crazy what he admits. But as for this episode, we join the pair as Loren is trying to convince Faith to give him a tattoo.
So we're gonna take this stick, we're gonna take these needles, and we're gonna tape them together. And you're gonna take like this thing, and you're gonna like stab it into my arm like several 100,000 times.
Faith's face says everything, doesn't it? She's like, what the hell? Why? Loren wants a tattoo of the Filipino flag with the letter F in the middle. F for Faith. It will be an everlasting memory of our time together, he tells her. And while this isn't Loren's first tattoo, I've got a feeling we know what his motivation to do crazy shit like this really is.
But I get paid more the more ridiculousness I do. So I mean, like,
Oh,
the
for real?
plan is, yeah, that I just be as dramatic as possible. Well, you know, my ex gave me this one, and my coworkers gave me this one. So why not you give me this one, right? We're boyfriend, girlfriend. We're having a good time. Next level.
My ex gave me this, my co-worker gave me that, my friend gave me an STD. Why don't you join in the party? Use these chopsticks and give me another infection. I mean, he's asking for it, isn't he? That equipment, if you can even call it that, doesn't really look sterile. Yeah, PSA, please, for the love of God, do not try that at home. And understandably, Faith is totally weirded out by Loren's request.
It's kind of weird.
Now, she does go ahead with it. She says this must be his way of trying to bond with me, and as she gets to work, as she begins hammering away at his arm, his skin turns this remarkable shade of yellow, all while Faith is mulling over her doubts about him.
But one thing I like about Loren is that life will not be boring. I'm just still not sure if I want to be with him forever.
Now, while Faith may not be sure, she's gonna need to get a move on. She's gonna need to decide sooner rather than later, because she's running out of time. As Loren has repeatedly said, he's looking for a decision before he flies back. And I can't help but feel that this whole gimmick, the whole tattoo thing, is his way to try and speed up her timeline. He wants to try and make her think that his love for her is permanent. Why else would I get a tattoo? And he then tries to ramp it up another level by trying to force a very uncomfortable kiss.
No? No? Yeah? You don't want one of those?
Get over here.
Loren's face as he leans in is probably going to haunt me till my dying days. This is a guy who knows how Faith feels about him. And what he's doing here is trying to manipulate the situation. He's trying to take advantage of her. He's doing and saying whatever it will take in order to try and secure a Filipino visa. He's not doing this for love. He's literally said as much. But it really is funny how the world works, isn't it? Karma is a bitch. As Faith finishes up what has to be the shittest tattoo I've ever seen in my life, Loren moves on to the next phase of his plan.
Now that my trip to the Philippines is almost over, I feel like that I need to do something big, right? Something important, because I want to make sure that Faith knows that I'm committed to her forever.
Committed, he tells us. Yeah, right, sure, Loren, you're really committed.
That's why I have like all the girlfriends here is I have like my backup options, right? So I'm meeting another girl, hopefully this week, to try and do an OnlyFans with her because I just want to get one done before I get married.
Yeah, really committed. Who are you trying to fool? Well, silly question really, because he's trying to fool Faith. And in order to do that, he's going to need some magic. Literally, some magic. He heads to a magic store to try and conjure up a plan to find a nice way of presenting the budget shit ring that he's brought to propose to her with.
So I don't care about magic in any way at all. But my girl I'm trying to marry, she does do magic. And so I want to do a magic trick while also proposing at the same time.
Keep in mind, Faith has told us that one of her side hustles is to work as a performer, perform magic tricks. But at this point, I think it's very important to point out, it was only a night or two ago that Loren was caught by Faith's friends flirting with a random young girl outside a bar. Heck, it's only been a week or two since he admitted he had gonorrhea. Sorry, no amount of magic can erase that, surely.
Nandito na yung ring, di ba? Pagbukas sa isa, ganyan, nagugulat siya. So, pagbaliktad.
Well, it is going to be a picnic, so the chips does make sense.
Aw, how romantic. Nothing screams romance like a snake in a can, am I right? Now, Loren makes an assortment of purchases. He buys a number of different magic tricks, and we next join him as he's on his way to meet up with Faith at the local park. His plan is to have a nice romantic picnic, and then pull out one of his magic tricks and propose to her.
I'm not certain if Faith is going to say yes. The whole time she's been like, well, I don't know if this is enough time, or I don't know if I want to marry you this quickly. We definitely have trust issues, so there is a chance she's going to still say no.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm hearing here is that Faith has already told him on numerous occasions that she's not ready to marry him. And yet, as always, Loren is disregarding what she wants. He's continuing to lay it on thick. He's trying to ramp up the pressure. But you know what the truly tragic thing is? All of Loren's tactics, and they are tactics, they're working. Faith is falling for it hook, line and sinker.
I love that Lori is being romantic. It makes me feel happy, but the other side is feeling nervous because it's still hard to trust him.
Faith's being wined and dined in a way that we know she hasn't experienced from a romantic partner before. This is all new to her, and I think probably receiving a rose is a new experience for her too. But speaking of new experiences, one thing she is familiar with is the good old snake in a can trick.
Tuba?
Yeah, and
So today, I went to a magic shop.
and this move like this. Oh.
While it wasn't the surprise that Loren was hoping it would be, it did put a smile on Faith's face. But little does she know, there's a much bigger surprise to come. You see, Loren has another trick up his sleeve, and this one might just be the most shocking yet.
Nice rainbow string, just for you, right? And at the end of this string, there's a ring. Because Faith, will you marry me?
At first, Faith thinks that this is a joke, and who can blame her? It's hardly as if their relationship is on sound footing. He's only just got back into her good books. They've barely even kissed. I mean, they haven't slept together. Her friends hate him. There are a million reasons why he shouldn't be proposing. And sensing Faith's hesitation, Loren ramps up the pressure. He starts trying to sell her a dream. He starts reminding her of what she's supposedly gonna miss out on if she doesn't say yes.
I'll work hard for your family. Anything you want. And I love you.
Oh yeah, just tack on that I love you at the end, because, you know, that's not really important, is it, Loren? We all know this proposal is motivated by everything other than love. And yet love is all that Faith wants. Her desire for love, her desire to be accepted for who she is leading her to make possibly the worst decision in her life.
Yeah, it's a yes.
It's a yes. It's Faith forever.
Faith forever, says the man who's happy to marry anyone, including Faith's own mum, just to stay in the country. Faith forever, says the man who wants polyamorous relationships and has yet to bring up that topic with her. I mean, Faith forever isn't fooling anyone. Except, tragically, Faith herself. She's convinced herself that this is real love. This is the best that she can get.
I have doubt about Loren. I said yes to his proposal because I love him so much and he accepts me and loves me.
Faith's a walking contradiction. There's parts of her that you can point to and say she's a badass. She single-handedly moved to Manila and supported her family, for example. But then there's another part of her that's severely wounded. Someone who lacks self-love, self-respect, doesn't think that they're deserving of love. And it's that part of her that leaves her susceptible and vulnerable to Loren's crap. When this foreign guy knocks on her doorstep, treats her like crap and professes his love, fake or otherwise, she believes she needs to grab it with both hands and not let go because she'll never get it again. Loren has successfully duped her. Now that she's said yes to his hand in marriage, he and his leaky penis want to progress to the next stage of their relationship.
I hope that Faith wants to consummate the engagement tonight rather than waiting for marriage. But either way, if everything goes according to plan, the wait won't be long regardless.
And that's it, isn't it? Eyes on the prize. He doesn't intend to wait long. All he cares about, and this is the truth, all he cares about is securing the visa. Faith is just collateral damage.